Hey y'all, ni hao, annyeonghaseyo, konnichiwa, and hello. So I just completed my first interview with iTutor, my little handmade sign up there. It was super, super easy. I thought it would be a little more involved. The whole process took less than 10 minutes, and if I hadn't kept her online asking a few more questions, it would have been less. There are 4 different lessons that they have you teach. She only had me teach one. And as long as you know TPR, which is total physical response, and you're teaching with a lot of action, less words, and you speak slowly and distinctly, smile a lot, and use a lot of props. Remember, these are mainly kindergarten kids. You'll do you'll do very well. So I'm just going to quickly show you the slides that the sample interview demo that you're going to be doing. So you'll be teaching, she is my mom, he is my dad, stand up, sit down, and then the last one, which is more for, I presume, middle school kids, high school kids, is teaching some vocabulary words. I only had to do the first one. He is my mom, and she is my mom, he is my dad, and it was pretty straightforward. You just had to get the child to repeat those words back to you, and the teacher acts like she's the child. So super easy. I felt successful. The turnaround time is less than 24 hours. It'll either be a yes or a no, and then from there I will start talking to, I presume, some people either in China, or actually she said it would be Taiwan. So I'm not sure that they're headquartered out of China, at least for the interview process. So it's interesting because the people that interview you initially are other teachers that are already working. They're teacher recruiters. And so if you don't have a sponsor and you just go in blind, they're just going to assign you randomly or through their system to someone, and that teacher will interview you. So it was very low key. It was very simple. Again, if you already have teaching experience, it's going to be a breeze. Especially if you know TPR and you're very outgoing and engaging the children. They're going to ask you what would you do if a child is not responsive or isn't paying attention. So be sure and bring in positive behavior support in those cases. Always focusing on the positive rather than negative reinforcement, or that's not the correct term. Negative responses. Anyway. So I'm excited. I finally getting my act together and starting to apply for some online work so I can get some income rolling in. And once I have income rolling in, I'll feel a little bit better about life in general because my savings is diminished. And I also, I'm hoping that I can do this for about 20 hours a week, and that's going to bring enough income in as I transition to writing full time. I love teaching, but I kind of don't want to go back to the classroom right now. My little prop broke. If I don't have to, I'd rather do it on my terms, and this feels a little bit more like my terms, even though it's ESL, and not my focus, which is all subjects, especially science and nature learning. And reading, of course, reading. But I'll get to maintain my skills teaching online and continue to teach. If I decide to go back into the classroom, I won't lose those skills that I worked really, really hard to develop. So anyway, wish me luck. I have, there's so many different ESL companies, online ESL companies that you can work for. I'm applying to the 4 big ones, iTutor Group. Tomorrow I have an interview with GoGo English, and then I'm also going to set up, my next video is going to be a teaching introduction for Dada. These names are great. They're mainly Chinese companies, so go for the names. Go figure. Dada English, and then VIP Kids, which I actually started a process with them like 2 or 3 months ago and just never followed through on the interview. So, because I wasn't ready to do it, but now I am. Yay! Cheers. 再见. Annyeonghaseyo. And I can't remember how to say goodbye in Japanese. Arigato. No, that's thank you. Arrivederci. That's all you get. Cheers from Australia.